The regulation holding back sunscreen.
The whole idea that we need sunscreen. I don't think sailors for century needed sunscreen, right? Fishermen for centuries, they didn't need sunscreen. Their health was
That's why they're known
fine.
for their great skin.
P.W. Walker, thank you for the ruckus. I know American apathy. I read it already. Jimmy's so violent. Stop pointing out stuff they said before flipped on. So not fair. Thank you for that one. All righty. Noel, this is interesting. I'm going to look this up. Noel 2024. Bondi made $3 million from Truth Social and is on staff for a fucking law firm representing goddamn Pfizer. I'm going to look that up. Very interesting, Noel. That's concerning, eh? Fire the criminals in Congress. Term limits all around, please. That's I'd rather be ironing 2021. Nappers, we have a Latinx department in the college I work at. Nappers, what is the college you work at, and why do you need Latinx? I'm Mexican. There's not one Mexican in my life that ever said, "Hey, you know what? I'm a Latinx." If anything, I want to be a Latin double X. All right, that's all.
Okay.
But Nappers, I want to hear what college. And Cambridge test rant. Got it. Back to Jimmy.
So Larry Ellison, Oracle's Larry Ellison says citizens will be on their best behavior with an AI surveillance system. By the way, is this guy's supposed to be 80 years old? Does he look 80 years old? Either he's drinking baby blood or he's also AI because he looks more like an emoji. He looks like an emoji of himself. He looks more like that than he's an octogenarian, really?
Yeah, he's had a lot of work done. Let's put it that way. Look at his fake hair, and then right there you've got the Sandra Bullock Korean baby foreskin facial.
Oh, yes.
Nothing weird about that, by the way. Where they get those from? And then he's Botoxes his face. I mean, I'm sure he's on his best behavior. That's why an 80-year-old man needs all that.
So here he goes.
The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. And it's unimpeachable. The cars have cameras on them. I think we have a squad car here someplace. But those kind of applications using AI, if we can use AI, and we're using AI to monitor the video. So if that altercation that occurred in Memphis, the chief of police would be immediately notified. It's not people that are looking at those cameras, it's AI that's looking at the camera. No, you can't do this. It would be like a shooting. That's going to be an event that's immediately, an alarm is going to go off, it's going to be, and we're going to have supervision. In other words, every police officer is going to be supervised.
Are you going to be supervised,
at all
motherfucker?
times? And the supervision will, and if there's a problem, AI will report the problem and report it to the appropriate person, whether it's the sheriff or the chief or whomever we need to take control of the situation. We have, same thing. We have drones. If there's something going on in a shopping center, and I'll stop. A drone goes out there, get there way faster than a police car. There's no reason for, by the way, high-speed chases. You shouldn't have high-speed chases between cars. You just have a drone.
If I was him, I would wear long sleeves.
Yeah, maybe get some of that work on your elbows.
That's all I'm saying. His whole arm is something wrong with it.
Yeah, I think we should put him on camera 24/7 and figure out what's wrong with
I think we should monitor him.
He's saying we're going to watch. Who's we? You're going to watch the cop, you creep?
Who
the hell is he talking about?
I got to say, it is a weird feeling to be siding with the police against this shit, but here we are.
Well, why don't I get to watch this guy all day long from my computer?
Right.
Total transparency is fine with me. I don't have nothing to hide. Well, how come only some people get to hide stuff?
And follow the car. I mean, it's very, very simple. And the new generation of autonomous drones.
A new generation of autonomous drones, Kurt. Autonomous drones.
Yeah. By the way, it's all hype. Okay. I got a job where I'm training an AI. By the way, they're trying to make it be funny, to make stupid memes. These are just glorified bots. That's all they are. They're explaining to me how it works. All those coins you see, the Haktua coin, all that. That's just them. It's like a casino thing. Take advantage of gamblers. Okay. They do a thing called AI slave stacking. It's very ominous, but one AI has a number of AIs under it that do specific tasks. So you say, go and write a hit song and then promote the song and then make a video for the song. And then these other AIs go and do it. Now, that's called bots. We already have that. What the difference is that supposedly these make a few extra decisions that you don't have to make, so it makes it easier. But none of it works how they say it's going to work. Much like the Whole Foods, where it turned out it was just Indians watching people on camera,
Right.
and not an AI. I'll bet you anything. And when you hear these scary stories of the AI told me to take my own life, you hear them all the time. I suspect that's part of the scam because they're always in competition with another AI. And it's just like the heroin thing with Blue Magic, where they'd make it strong on purpose to kill junkies, and the other junkies want it because they heard it's strong. It's some kind of hype machine. Ooh, I better invest. This thing almost turned evil. It's probably almost alive.
The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording, watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior.
Because we're constantly recording and watching everything all the time. It's not anything that was predicted in Brave New World. It's not some kind of dystopian future that we were warned against. No, it's great.
What's so bad about that, Jimmy? This guy is going to jerk off to you being on your best behavior. He's going to watch you all day. Stargate investment.
I don't know.
Stargate investment. What the hell does that mean?
Oh, well, let's ask. What is Stargate investment? It says that it says that it's a decentralized finance token, DeFi, that aims to provide a platform for Social Security and insurance services. It doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
How about before that guy starts working on curing cancer with a vaccine, how about he cures his arm?
He's reverting to lizard form in front of your face.
Right there. Yep. That guy's 80.
Yeah, he's gross.
That guy's 80.
That's a really disgusting old man, isn't he?
Look at all the why did I quit dyeing my hair? All these guys, Trump dyes his hair, that guy dyes his hair, the richest guys in the world, the most powerful guys, they still dye their hair. Why did I gotta quit dyeing my hair?
That's Larry Ellison's real hair? You know, he didn't dye his wig.
You think that's a wig?
Stapled on his head.
No, I think he got the Joe Biden plugs. That's what that looks like.
Maybe. Trump got a thing where they like moved his whole scalp or something.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
do. They have
hair.
a scalp reduction. So they'll cut your scalp and then, so like if you have a big bald spot in the middle, they'll just pull your scalp up.
That's what Trump got.
Stargate? Stargate, America's $500 billion bid to corner global AI capital. The recently announced Stargate project, with its ambitious $500 billion investment over 4 years, represents a seismic shift in global AI. Intended to soak up global investment capital before China has a chance to do the same, the recently announced Stargate project, with its ambitious $500 billion investment over 4 years, represents a seismic shift in the global AI race, not only in terms of scale, but also its strategy and execution. The initiative, a joint venture between OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank, announced by President Trump, will be the biggest AI infrastructure project in the world.
Well, that's ominous.
It underscores the United States' intent to assert dominance in AI development, framing it as a contest not just of technology, but of economic and geological power. The accelerated timeline of Stargate, 4 years to deploy an unprecedented level of resources, and envisions a network of data centers across the United States, beginning with 1 million square foot facility in Texas. By concentrating on infrastructure, Stargate aims to establish the computational backbone necessary to support advanced AI models and innovations. but it's much more a geopolitical maneuver as it is an investment in artificial intelligence. At its heart lies a high-stakes competition for global capital, one that pits the United States against China in a battle to control the financial resources fueling the next technological revolution, with the United States government backing Sam Altman
Yeah.
and the
That piece of
start.
shit.
Wow. Didn't,
You know what Sam
isn't he
Altman's also
alleged?
doing?
Isn't he alleged to have that one guy killed?
The only allegations I know is his sister comes out every so often and says that he SA'd her. I don't know what I'm
Yes.
allowed to say. But also the gross, that orb that they have where you go and get your face biometrically scanned for a coin.
Yeah.
Sam Altman's behind that, where people, I don't know if it's actually called soul coin or if that's an insult that they're stealing your soul, but he's got some crypto where you have, and I can't remember where they have it set up, but you can go, I think down by the World Trade Center or something, I swear to God, and get your face scanned by Sam Altman's orb, and they take your biometrics, and that way no one can steal your crypto because we have your biometrics. Yeah, give your biometrics to them. That's a good idea.
Polly St. George says, here's context that makes this all much more ominous. Ellison wants total cradle to the grave tracking of our genetics. Let's watch this.
We've been building large data sets of one sort or another, but hooking them up around individual patient issues and understanding in more detail why this person got colorectal cancer and that person got prostate cancer, and understanding the elements that have come together to do that. You'll only achieve that if you can get substantial data in the right databases, use AI to interrogate that. Absolutely. So I think it's interesting because the answers may already be there. We just haven't winkled them out.
Well, I think the answers are there, especially now with the new gene sequencers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we think we've been sequencing genomes for a long time, but what do we mean exactly by sequencing genomes? We mean getting that the base pair sequences. But there's a lot more in the genome than a bunch of base pairs in a row. The methylation of the DNA molecule has a lot of the control sequences of the DNA molecule and the epigenetic changes, the changes over a lifetime of that methylation, is really the story of our lives and how it changes. And we've really never measured that. We've never gathered that data. Yeah. And now we have the tools with the modern third generation gene sequencers. We can gather that data. We have the omics data is much more comprehensive. So we can gather the data, and then we have this incredible tool over here called AI, which looks for patterns and that's what it does. It looks for patterns in the data and anomalies in the data, and can help us interpret that story of life. And it will allow us to deal with an awful lot of diseases of aging with the epigenetic changes as we understand it better. And an awful lot of diseases, if you will, are diseases of aging, which cancer is so much more prevalent as we get older.
Yeah, this creep, see his like weird face from all the plastic surgery. This guy's got a massive God complex.
Yes.
And it's really sinister what he's talking about. In a big way, because he's 80. He should be almost dead, but I promise you, this creep thinks that he's going to live forever, and he's going to do it with some weird science shit. A bunch of them think that. The tech world is so despicable and awful, and they have so many disgusting In fact, back in 2014, I don't know why everything goes back to 2014 all the time, but go look up Cambrian genomics, where that one kid was talking about how we're going to let you can make your own chimeric animals. And we'll 3D print them for you. We're going to make everything artificial. Literally, he said this. They want to make trees that glow in the dark so you don't need lights. And their goal was to turn everything artificial. Why would you want that? Unclear. But they said it. And that guy tragically ended up committing suicide and his technology disappeared. But I'm about to see it again.
So here's Sam Altman.
Look at his face.
Sam Altman. Yeah, I know. Advancing AI may require changes to the social contract. The entire structure of society will be up for debate and reconfiguration. Sam Tripoli says, holy S, they are straight up telling you they are bringing in social credit scores.
You know Elon's grandfather's background from Technocracy? It was a group that his grandfather was part of. It was like a Canadian cult where you would have energy credits instead of money. And people took names like numbers. Like, Elon named his kid that goofy number sequence.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
Well, that's from this weird Canada cult. But you only hear technocrat nowadays used as kind of like almost an insult. But no, there's a group called Technocracy, and they wanted to have something called a technate. So when Steve Bannon talks about how they're going to have a bunch of city-states chained together in a feudal system, that's what Steve Bannon's talking about. And all these fucks believe in that shit. All of them. And by the way, that's why the Vatican and the City of London is another kind of Vatican, and Washington, D.C. Those are city-states that are sovereign, kind of. They'll have their own little rules around it, but that's the goal, is to have this weird technate. It's so gross, and it's not a secret. It's a thing you can look up easily.
So it's just weird. So here's Sam Altman. It's really something when the guy who has reportedly abused his own sister for years now wants to judge you on your credit score.
Well, he wants to change the social contract where you can.
It's like Harvey Weinstein telling you to pull your pants up.
Yeah, we're just going to check yours. That's China stuff. By the way, everybody's afraid of China, right?
Yeah.
Everybody China bad, and China has social credit. Well, all these people you love, look what they're doing. They all want that too.
They all want it. Let's listen to what he says.
I still expect, although I don't know what, and this is over a long period of time. This is not a like next year or, the year after that kind of thing. But over a long period of time, I still expect that there will be some change required to the social contract, given how powerful we expect this technology to be. I'm not a believer that there won't be any jobs. I think we always find new things to do. But I do think like the whole structure of society itself will, be up for some degree of debate and reconfiguration.
Isn't that always the case, though, that the whole society is up for debate and reconfiguration? What is he talking about?
Don't you know how creepy you have to be to not find that creepy?
First of all, just his face makes me uneasy because you think that's real human flesh on his face.
Right?
I've never seen Uncanny Valley, the guy. Mark Zuckerberg looks like a round the way bro compared to this fucking freak.
Power to the People says, yes, this is a real quote from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, admitting artificial intelligence will probably lead to the end of the world, but it will be great for corporations. Here's a quote. AI will probably most likely lead to the end of the world, but in the meantime, there'll be great companies. That's an actual quote.
What does he mean by that? What world is going to end? What does he mean? Does he mean the end of civilization?
I think that's what he means.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Conspiracy nuts all think it's about depopulation just because everything they do is to get you to depopulate, but that's not really what it's about. What it's about is being controllable. So the only reason for the depopulation is we can't control all of you. There's too many of you. And the reason for the AI, that's why China has social credit. Their cops don't have guns. They can't really bust people. And people do a lot of wild stuff to get ahead in China. So how do you police those people? You need to have an AI, and you need to have a social credit system. That's why they implemented that. They can't control their population. So all these people really admire that way of controlling your population, just as you heard the great Larry Oracle say.
Yeah.
Like, they're excited about this. Finally, we're going to have the control we wanted. And so when you watch people's eyes glaze over and you bring up MK Ultra mind control, what do you think that these guys are talking about? We're going to control your genetics. So here's the Nazi shit. We're going to control you from the cradle to the grave. We're going to control your genetics, and we're going to watch.
Yes, let's do it.
Sure.
You can show Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Come see us live on tour. We'll be in Los Angeles, Dallas, Texas, Austin, Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Cohoes, New York, and Providence, Rhode Island. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.
All right, big screen camera 4. Jimmy, you can take a break. can okay.
Okay.
All right, one moment. Here we go. I want to thank Hannah, sir, for your generosity. Nathan Kenya, thank you for your generosity. Much appreciated. Hannah, sir, again, much appreciated. Muddy Rose, thank you very much. P.W. Walker, thank you. You can show me now. Crystal Water 339, thank you very much for your generosity. Hannah, sir, again, back for more. Agent Archer, thank you very much. Hannah, sir, thank you. Hannah, sir, ODing on technology will be how we meet our demise. Thank you very much for that fun news. Customer service is dead. We can't reach a human for customer service without long waits as it is now. AI is cheaper than Indian phone reps, apparently. Theranos 2.0. Luke, thank you, Luke. No kidding. I was stuck on customer service for a while. My_war. The Oracle guy looked like he escaped from the Wuhan lab. Indeed, my_war. Viaticus Prime, just think Israel uses this AI stuff to determine who to kill and where to bomb. They call it their assassination factory. Viaticus. Bloop. Ellison is describing Panopticon. Panopticon? A prison where you never know when you're being watched, so you have to assume you always are. A digital version of what that is what he wants to do for profit. A floop. The thing they now called AI is destined to fail. It is a bottleneck line of communication to a weighted randomization generation model. It's farting towards R and Jesus and hoping for something good. Viaticus. I would not be surprised if this guy is a did-kiddler. How many times have you been to Epstein's Island, buddy? Agent Archer. Just think, Israel uses this stuff. Oh, I read that. Viaticus Prime. Let's go. Okay, I read that one. I read that one too. Okay. Also, this guy's a fucking idiot. He has no idea how vaccines or the human immune system works. Agent Archer. Marty Rose, the surveillance dude's bloody arm bruises can be a sign of leukemia, cancer, hashtag self-interest, hashtag karma. Look at you, Marty Rose. But they would have to take in the vaccine against cancer before taking the one that gives them cancer, even if it did work by their own admission. People are fucked. Viaticus. 48 hours and $5 million a pop for 200 course treatment. American apathy. Big bells are coming out. In theory, if they mandate Project Stargate, couldn't it be mandated so if you refuse, you lose your health care? Also, if you step out of line, they could terminate you. All good questions. My_war. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. We're going to be back with locals for 15 minutes, and then we're going to do our premium streamium for our subscribers. And if you want to become a subscriber, you got to go to jimmydore.com and find out where to subscribe. All right, we'll be back on Monday. And now, why don't you go do something nice for somebody? Like maybe make them dinner. Take your doggy for a walk. I don't know. Go do something nice even for yourself. See you later. Bye.